Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Rudnicki with Reynolds and Reynolds, and I'm your new host of Connected. Welcome back to the podcast. A few items before we begin. If you'd like to continue receiving episodes of the podcast, you'll need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Connected Podcast, or on rayray.com/connected. Make sure you sign up to continue receiving our weekly shows. Today, we have a special guest with us to talk about what Reynolds is doing in our communities during this challenging time, as well as what dealers are doing and can do to help out. Our guest, Alice Elliott, is the administrator for the Reynolds Associate Foundation and an active member of the Reynolds community. Let's get connected. Thanks so much for joining us today, Alice. We're so excited to have you on. I'm definitely excited to see your face. Haven't seen you in forever. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about the Reynolds Associate Foundation and what it does?
You bet. The Associate Foundation has been around since 1956, supporting nonprofits in the community through donations, and those donations are through Associates Pledge dollars.
Okay. So what do those dollars go toward? How's the money spent?
So the dollars go out to local nonprofits through a grant process. And that grant process is the trustees receive grant requests in from local nonprofits, and the trustees review those grants to make sure they fit into our focus areas, which are youth at risk, life-threatening illnesses, homelessness, literacy, hunger, animal welfare and shelters, veterans organizations, just to name a few. And then our next quarterly our next quarterly meeting is held this month, and we have received some grant requests from some nonprofits that we've never worked with in the past.
Wow, that's great that you support all of those groups. Obviously, it's been a really difficult time for a lot of those people during COVID-19, as well as for businesses. What has Reynolds done to help the community get through it?
Well, recently we received a request from our local USO group to help the soldiers financially. Some of the soldiers are driving to the local food banks throughout Ohio, and they're driving 100 miles a day, and that's taken a lot of money out of their pockets. So the foundation stepped up and purchased gas cards to give to the local USO unit to hand out to those soldiers. And
That's amazing.
Yes, it is. And additionally, we hold quarterly donation drives at campus. And when we get back, we're going to be holding one for a local food bank. And I know that those associates, when they get back, they're going to just fill that food bin up as fast as they can.
Well, I know I'll definitely be one of those associates. I love donating, and especially for a great cause. So I'm excited about that. Have you come across any other opportunities to help our community and fellow Americans as we begin to come out of this?
Yes, again, donation drives for food banks through non-perishable food items and cash donations. Blood drives are needed, and blood donations are needed. We had to unfortunately we had to cancel ours back in April at our campus, but we still provided information to our associates on how they could go to their local blood center and donate. We also have some associates that are making masks and other PPE for frontline workers, and then you can also volunteer at local nonprofits to help with those critical services, such as prepping meals and grocery delivery to the most at risk, and then also by crisis hotline volunteers.
All great opportunities to get out there and help. Now, we primarily service the automotive industry and dealerships. So what specifically can dealerships do for their communities?
So a dealership could go out to their local restaurants and get takeout and bring it back to their employees to have for lunch. And then they can go back online and give those restaurants a 5-star rating, which would be terrific for those restaurants. And then recently, a dealership told NADA that they were working with a local ethanol producer to make hand sanitizer so they could hand that out to their customers when they walk in.
Wow, I hadn't heard of that. That's a great opportunity to help their community. So obviously these are all great ways to give back. And then on the note of dealerships helping out, I actually recently read an automotive news article where a Toyota dealership in Alabama, obviously with kids being out of school right now, they're not getting their lunches. So they had their employees, staff, and also volunteers coming in and grilling out Wednesdays Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for the students to help kind of supply and supplement those lunches that they weren't getting at school. So again, another great opportunity to help, especially as a dealership for your local community.
Absolutely.
Well, Alice, thank you again so much for your time and for being a light for a lot of people that are going through tough times right now. While we're here and while we have the audience, is there anything else that you want to share? Anything you want to add?
I sure do. Just remember that before you can help others, you have to keep yourself safe. So you need to practice good hygiene and follow social distancing guidelines. It's going to be a really long, hard road to economic recovery for a lot of people, which means food and financial hardships. So do what you can to help those, and because people will be needing help.
Wonderful advice. And again, thank you for all you do, and thank you for being here with us today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It was great to talk with Alice today. Before we hop off, just a quick reminder. You can watch past and future podcast episodes on YouTube by searching for The Connected Podcast. Hit the subscribe button to get notified every Wednesday when new episodes are released, or sign up for email updates at rayray.com/connected. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Wednesday.